Welcome back to our members, and welcome to all who are viewing remotely as we meet for our awards committee. Before we begin, I have a few notes to announce about conducting virtual meetings. The meeting must still comply with requirements of the Open Meeting Act. Accordingly, the public may view the meeting by way of a link that's provided in the advertised agenda. Committee members, please ensure your video is streaming and that you can be seen throughout the duration of the meeting. As there are only 4 members on the committee, and we welcome our new committee member, Diane Woods. We're glad to have you join us, Diane. As there are only 4 of us on the committee, you do not have to mute your microphone. So that takes one stressor away from us. So please be sure that all our discussions are broadcast to the public. And for any items that require a vote, and there are going to be 2 of those, a roll call will be necessary. And to record each one of those votes, if you'll just say your name, pause, and then I vote yes or I vote no. And please silence or turn off any other electronic devices that cause disruption to your feed. And Meredith, would you please call roll?
Joanne Adams.
Joanne Adams here.
Patrice McCrary.
Patrice McCrary, I am here.
Diane Woods.
Diane Woods, I am here.
Lou Young.
Lou Young, present.
Okay, Chair. All members are present and you do have a quorum.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, ladies, for showing up during this busy time of the year for this important gathering. We today are going to discuss the applications that we received for the Kevin C. Brown Award. The Kevin C. Brown Strategic Priority Award, as a matter of fact. Kevin served at the Kentucky Department of Education in a variety of roles from 2004 to 2018. Most recently, he served as the Interim Commissioner of Education from December 2019 to September 2020. His time at the department throughout 2020, as you recall, was marked with significant challenges that called for strategic educational leadership and clear outgoing communication that was forward-thinking, action-oriented, and aimed at advancing efforts to educate, feed, and support Kentucky's 650,000 students during a global pandemic. And he did a stellar job. A portrait of a learner is an agreed upon set of school or district level aspirations for what every learner will know and be able to do when they leave school. It's been something that the Kentucky Board of Education has touted for quite some time now. A portrait gives school leaders and teachers the framework to design instruction to feature deep and meaningful learning experiences in a real way that promotes real-world competencies and job readiness. So the 2023 award seeks to recognize a school or district who, through policy and practice, makes it a priority to support the successful adoption and implementation of a portrait of a learner. And here is the criteria for the award. This is one that changes, and you as a body determined what our focus would be this time. Significant contributions and or other efforts to support the successful adoption and implementation of a portrait of a learner by co-creating with communities a set of competencies for all learners, development of a performance assessment system, provision of deeper learning opportunities for all student and educators, and adoption of local policies to support deeper learning, instruction, and assessment. Now, you were given these in advance and had an opportunity to go over these redacted items, these applications, and to review these candidates. And so the way, Diane, that we start out is we share our top 3 choices. And I just want to remind all of our members that no candidate can be referred to by name or any identifying markers, so that we can keep this very confidential. So sometimes that's our biggest challenge, but it is so helpful that our staff at KDE does such a great job with the redacting process. So no sharing of any confidential information. And we are ready. And as you, my regulars that have been on the committee know, I rotate through who gets to go first. And guess what, Miss Lou, you're up first.
I
And
was
then
afraid of that.
we'll get Lou's, and then we'll get Joanne's. Diane, just because you're brand new today, I'll go ahead then, and then we'll let you follow up. That sound good?
All right, so I am not modeling great clarity for Diane this time. These were amazing, really, really competitive applications. I ended up with a tie for first and a tie for second, so I have the top 4.
That's fine.
4 and 8 for first, and 3 and 10 for second. And I relied on the extra bonus points to even get it to that point. So I hope that's helpful.
Sounds good. All right, Joanne.
Sorry, I know we don't have to mute, but trust me, you want me muted when I have these coughing spells. So I have had this little stack here that I have moved around, and I finally came up with 8, 4, and 3.
Okay, Diane.
Okay, first of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity to serve.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, Diane. I told you I would go, and then you don't have to go. Then you get to go at the end. Is that okay?
You're the chair, so.
I didn't want to mislead you, but the thought you were sharing, keep that, because we want to hear it. Okay. Mine were 8, and in order, 8, 4, and 3. Okay, Diane, I'm so sorry I interrupted.
Okay, first, I'll back up and repeat what I just said then. That it's been a pleasure to serve, and I've read through them a couple of times and put them down and was like, wow, this is amazing. I wish I had all this expertise when I was in the school business full time, because I had to first make myself a little grid and take notes on each one of them, and it's like, oh yeah, that's good, and this is good, and that's great. So it was very difficult, but I followed what you've suggested that we do. The top 3, number 1 is number 8. Secondly, number 3, and third, number 9 are my top 3.
And my 9 came really close to tying with my 3, which was my third one as well. So, all right, we've done a really good job of coming to some excellent consensus here. That always makes it so much easier. The one number that across the board that rose to the top was 8. Do you all see that as well?
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Any discussion on any of them? First of all, I'll say again, 8 pretty much hit the mark on everything in the scoring guide that we needed to see.
Agreed.
Agree. It checked every box for me.
Me too.
I would just like to give a special shout out though to number 6, because that was an elementary school.
Yeah.
And I thought, that really embodies what we're wanting with this portrait of a learner. And it just made me, and it goes all the way back to 17 and 18 school year. And I thought, I don't know what little school that is, but they are doing it. And I was just really glad to see that.
I took note of that too. And there was a part of me that thought down the road at some point in time, as this progresses, perhaps we'll need to have a high school, middle school, and elementary category for this, because I think that needs to be recognized as well. Yes, I loved that too. And I took that same note.
I agree with that too, because number 6 and number 9 were both elementary. And I thought, wow, this is fabulous, because we usually think of the end of, high school graduation and post-secondary, but to see that trajectory of elementary, middle, and high, it's awesome. It was awesome for both of those.
Yeah. That they see the vision as well.
Yes.
All right. So I think since 8 rose to the top, I'm going to make that recommendation. Okay.
Second.
All right. Meredith, we have that motion and a second. Do we have, let me see. Do we need to vote on? Yeah, we need the motion.
That's correct. Yes.
So I'll go ahead and do based on this candidate's significant contributions and or other efforts to support the successful adoption and implementation of a portrait of a learner, I would ask the committee to entertain a motion to approve candidate 8 as the recipient. Now then, the motion's been made, it's been seconded, so now we need roll call.
Joanne Adams.
Joanne Adams. I vote yes.
Patrice McCreary.
Patrice McCreary, I vote yes.
Diane Woods.
Diane Woods, I vote yes.
Lou Young.
Lou Young, I vote yes.
Okay, Chair. All members have voted.
Okay, now that I did that a little bit backwards, it's like this is my first time to do this, and it is by far not, is it? All right, at this time, I need a motion to adjourn our meeting.
I move that we adjourn.
Thank you, Joanne.
Second, Diane
Thank
Woods.
you, Diane. All right, roll call, Meredith, please.
Joanne Adams.
Joanne Adams, yes.
Patrice McCreary.
Patrice McCreary, yes.
Diane Woods.
Diane Woods, yes.
Lou Young.
Lou Young, yes.
Okay, the motion is passed.
We are now adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.